Andariki Namaskaram. I am Jayalakshmi Aripina. I quickly want to ask a question. So I've just heard the municipal or the garbage collectors come to your home, right? But they are, the government is giving them these salaries. How many of you know your garbage collectors' names? Or maybe the persons who collects your garbage maybe twice a day or day after day. No hands? None of you know? So then you must need to hear the Jaya story. Growing up in a family of a garbage collectors, I have realized education is the weapon. But it is a situation where the patriarchy, the colonialism, the caste decides what you wanted to do. Imagine a girl, she needs to wake up 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning. She needs to go to the garbage collection with their parents. And then she needs to go to the school, intermediate or graduation. And then she needs to educate the 30 children in our own community. This is not easy, right? Definitely not easy. But with the 8 years experience in this NGO field, I am standing in front of you to share my story. This is all started when I was in my 7th grade. So I'm helping my parents like any other children, not in the household, not only in the household, but also in the garbage collection. I need to go to the work and it's a 600 houses, so every day I need to go collect the garbage and then the school and everything. But there one incident that took me to actually think about the family which I was born. That is like so when I was going to the garbage collection, so one of the women, she told so I'm going in a lift with that garbage bucket, so I need to collect in that, right? She told, ma'am, I was like, ma'am, okay, ma'am. But she was like, do off that fan when you go up. I was like, am I not allowed to use the lift? Because I'm a garbage collector. Okay, but I went, the 4th floor and I've collected garbage. Days are passing and everything. So that was an incident where I felt extremely bad. And there are other incidents where they called me garbage girl every time. Like whenever I used to go to the garbage collection and they used to give the money like this. I said, what is that? I am collecting garbage and I am taking your garbage and you need to give me the monthly payment in a correct way. This is not the right way. So these are the 2 incidents which took me surprise, shock, thinking and everything. So then at 13, I've joined the Hyderabad City Level Children Parliament. There, I got to know, initially, I thought, what is this Children Parliament all about? We heard the Parliament is about, for the elders, and we have the so-called pictures in our mind for the Parliament. But then I saw this Parliament, and I've realized, okay, this is something I need to be there. So the first, in the September 7th, I became the Hyderabad City Level Children Parliament Prime Minister, where it follows the sociocracy method, where we take an SDG every year and we'll represent that to the authorities and we'll make some sort of success in that. And so the first meeting with the Danakishore Garu, he's an IS officer at the time, he was the GHMC commissioner. I made him the representation that fragmentation is not happening and the garbage and everything, the children are facing the issues to go to the school. And then that was the first one. And the second one is about giving the representations to Divya Devarajan Garu. That is about to provide the 21 new Anganwadis and the breakfast for the 56 slums. Growing up, because of the family, I didn't have the breakfast. So I thought I should design this project with the other fellow mates, like my cabinet members, ministers, so that I can, kind of to actually give the breakfast for the children who are going to the Anganwadis. But later that it became the state public policy. That was the massive thing in my journey. So a girl who didn't have the breakfast became a policy maker. Then I understood, and days passing, like, but this garbage issue is not resolving. The days passing, and I've, we used to carry the 15 kgs, 10 kgs in our shoulders, but that we never felt that as a weight. But the garbage collector label, it was heavier than the weight. I was frequently thinking and constantly thinking, what should I do more? So that I've started educating girl children and the other children, and I've made the platform for them. Then one day, when I was in my degree second year, I've applied for a exchange program. That is Gandhi King Scholarly Exchange Program, where I got the opportunity to visit USA for 50 days of period, which is completely funded by the US departments. There I've learned about the civil rights movement, which was another major step for my journey to learn and to explore the issues. But imagine a girl like who never thought so every time I used to feel like I am a garbage collector, and my family is only born for this, my families only need to do this. But I broke all the shackles. I'm flying to USA this time. I went 15 days, I've learned about Martin Luther Jr. King there, and it's an exchange. So the team came here, and again we had a discussion, and they've learned about the Mahatma Gandhi values here. Late after that, I won multiple awards from the state, central, for my work, which I'm doing in the Hyderabad as an activist, as a garbage collector, as a student, as an educator. After that, there is another incident that took me very shocked. I still remember that. So the garbage collection, when we need to go, they used to tell ki, so we feel hungry, right, in the workspace. So I've asked one of the women, Amma, can I sit here in the apartment so that I can eat my breakfast? I'm also running late to school, so I can eat the breakfast here. She said, sit beside the bathroom. I was where's the humanity? Then I was very silent, and days after passing, that I got again another opportunity, that is to be a one-day British Deputy High Commissioner for Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. I've applied. It's been a 4-year struggle, and the 4th year I was selected as a British Deputy High Commissioner for a day. So he came to my slum with a Range Rover car, and it was a very memorable day for me as well. After we have discussed the entire day as a British Deputy High Commissioner, then we went to another slum. So there everybody used to ask me about Jaya, when are you getting married? I'm just 21. I just recently did my graduation. But they used to ask this question when I was in my 16th, 18th. That was the maximum time for my community to get married. Because patriarchy thinks the girls only need to be married. And caste tells the girls need to be married within the community. And the colonialism decides you are born to do this shit. You are born to do this, that. But I didn't. But I've used the education as a weapon again. But it was also a thinking where I need to be resilient within my community, internally, externally. And the British Deputy High Commissioner came to my basti. So at the end, at the evening, it was the big car, and it's a 30 plus families. And after that visit, and after I became the British Deputy High Commissioner for a day, now they have started asking me about scholarships. Now they have started asking me about how to educate my children. Now they have started asking me about which school is better. This is what the Jaya did. And I'm very blessed about this, not only proud. I'm very blessed to have the great mentors in my life. So the Montfort Social Institute, the director, Brother Verghese, changed my life. And then the IAS officer, Ms. Divya Devarajan Garu, has changed the life with the 21 Anganwadis and everything. But still, these are the things even my friends used to bully me or, kind of, you are smelling bad. Like, I was like, it's your problem. If you don't want to sit with me, that's your problem. Just go. But I need to have the education. I need to study. That was the least minimum that I can do and that my parents can provide. This complete picture of a garbage collector and then an educator and then needs to travel between the other worlds and everything. Now I'm currently doing my PGDM course in Indian School of Development Management. It's about developing management course. So, but those are days like which I feel like overwhelmed or the struggle, or maybe it's still that needs to kind of struggle every day, which I need to enjoy my teens. But it couldn't happen. But I'm happy that I'm educating the children. I've become the inspiration for my children and for my community. And now I'm started advocating for the gender equality and the garbage collector rights and the children rights and the child advocacy with the governments, and we are representing our requests to the various authorities so that we can achieve what we want in a particular year with the sociocracy and the children parliament method. The journey isn't easy, and the journey, like you can see, like now Jaya here in the TEDx space. I gave my the first TEDx in Kerala, Kochi last year, and this is my second. And I'm really thankful for the entire SRM team for inviting me here so that I could share my journey to the people, and you can see my pictures there. And I've also started encouraging my children and my friends to celebrate their birthdays, to kind of do the support for my children so that they'll also get the right education. Growing up in this family, we never felt that love. Growing up in these families, we never felt that kind of support, I can say. But it's the mentors who played a crucial role in my life, which I got to know about the education, and which I got to know about the aspirations, which I got to know about the dreams, where the dreams doesn't have a borderline, right? We need to dream very big. And like starting, like initially I've asked you a question, like how many of you know the garbage collector names? It's still very disgusting that some people, kind of still discriminate us, see us as like slaves, and there are many other factors that are daily affecting us. Imagine like coming from this family and facing the daily life issues. I already have enough assignments to do. And also the other side, the other picture, the discrimination part and everything. As Dr. B.R. Ambedkar rightly said, education is the weapon, and I've used it, and I'm here. And just think, how many of you know your garbage collector names? None of us, you right? I didn't saw one hand. Why like that? Even I'll share a little story. So as I initially shared, where the woman who told me to switch off the fan, she saw my articles in the newspapers, and later I got fully covered by the entire local media, and I was entirely covered by this public. I was started using to go to the stages and speaking about my journey, like how I became activist now, and how I was a garbage collector then, and how I am leading the way for the next generation or my upcoming generations. She saw one video, and before that she used to give the money like this, and she told me to not to use the fan. And one day she came, like I was in my garbage clothes and everything. She was like, "Can I give you a hug?" I said, "No." "Yeah, but why?" Like, I am in garbage clothes and you told me to switch off the fan. Is it okay for you to give me a hug? She was like, she felt so, she started crying. She started crying and told me, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I didn't know your story and everything. I was like, you have the time but you didn't want to know my story. I was very curious to share. Like, Amma, I went to USA. Amma, I was the British Deputy High Commissioner. Amma, I've met Rahul Gandhi in Bharat Jodo Yatra, the leader of opposition. Amma, I am doing this. The 21 new Anganwadis, the policy making. You are the ones, or she is the one who doesn't have the time to listen the story of Jaya and so many others like me. And the others, in the part of the British Deputy High Commission, that was the first time. Like, I didn't know anything how to apply for the passport and visa and everything. And then I got a call. Like, I was asking, like, sir, how do I need to do this? I'm not even understanding anything. Like, so I've put my phone in a mute, and I was asking him, like, how should I do and everything. He's like, in logon ko padna nahi aata, so they don't know study. We don't need to we don't need to educate them. It's not worth it. And there are so many other like allegations he made. So before this is the USA part, and after that as a British High Commissioner I went there and I've shared, like, again he asked me, madam, one selfie. I don't give. This is my ego, I don't give. Then he was like, again, I'm sorry. So the life changes. And it's the only thing like where you can give your energy, your aura, your positiveness, or maybe anything to other person, just seeing them as the human, not binding by them caste, patriarchy, or any other so-called lenses, right? So this was my story with mentors' blessings, the people's support, my slums blessings, and my children's supports, and my egos, my experiences, my expectations, and the support that I got from. Lastly, for governments, we are just numbers. For governments, we are just numbers. But for us, we are generations. Don't take our lives are very, lightly. So you have this budget for making the bullet trains, aircrafts and everything, but you don't have the time to look after us, to make the proper budget for us, to give the proper scholarship for our children, to give proper housing for our families, to give proper health insurance, or to give such a minimum basic bloody respect. And again I'm saying, just treat humans as the humans. Don't look at any other lenses. There are so many Jayas waiting in the Hyderabad and in other places as well. So they are just waiting to share their journeys, listen them, support them, heal them, stood with them, and also treat them as the humans. I'm stressing this point because like we never treated that as like, because we just want to clean your garbage. But again, I'm happy. This fight will never gonna end. As I'm saying, I'm currently doing my PGDM, and I'll be used this education as a weapon. And some other day, I'll again come here and I'll deliver my speech as a policy maker. And this fight will never gonna end unless and until there are so many other 10,000 Jayas that needs to come in front and need to share this story in the same TEDx. I am trying for it, and at last, I am cleaning the garbage. I am cleaning the entire streets. Now it's your time to clean your hearts and treat us as a humans. I follow this quote of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Life should be rather than long. Thank you.